really enjoyed working with enjoy solving problems. And that's a big part of the game. We have instruments because they're on a bigger telescope. That means we can see smaller details. And when you see the smaller details, instead of objects being like big blobs, you see them as little points of light, far infrared light in this case, that's coming to us. And this is what the telescope is able to give us. And the instruments are able to tell us more by splitting that light up. There are many discoveries that have gone on. There are several that found water, which is like ocean water in comets. We're finding many different things, and I don't know where some of these things will actually end up leading, what the final consequences will be. But we find things we didn't quite expect, and now people have to go away and explain that. The instrument I worked with there, HIFI, there are people working on such a huge range of topics, finding new molecules in the galaxy, and finding dark molecular materials in the galaxy, things like this, which are which have changed perhaps many concepts about what the galaxy is like. Probably the most interesting and exciting and possibly scary moment was when I was involved in the testing of one of the instruments called HIFI, when it was put into what's called the Large Space Simulator, which exists at ESTEC. This simulates deep space and the operations of the instrument and the spacecraft together in deep space. And it was the first time that we could actually fully use all of the capabilities of the HIFI instrument. And to start with, everything went wrong. And there was some consideration that things were potentially broken or not in the right, and we would never be able to test it properly. The pressure was extraordinary because everything had to be done in a very limited amount of time. So basically, I remember people working extraordinary number of hours to find out what it was that was causing the problems and to fix those and to prove that the instrument could actually do all the things that it was supposed to do when it was in space. And, well, together we managed to do it. One thing you have to have is perseverance, as well as being good with science and engineering and mathematics. I remember when I was 13, I was asked, what do I want to do? And when I said I wanted to do something with astronomy or astrophysics, I was promptly told that was impossible and very few people did it. But my advice mainly has been to people after that, that if you continue along the right routes and keep doing well, there's nothing that necessarily will stop you from going to do those things if you want to do those things. Now, I essentially came to a point, I think, in my university where I basically said to myself, well, somebody will have to tell me to stop doing this. And I've reached my present age and nobody stopped me. My family is not a science family. My family does nothing like this. So therefore, I'm a sort of a black sheep, I suppose. I've moved away from the normal things that people do or did from my town. Although there's at least one other person who came from my school who is also in the agency. So there must be something in the air in that area.